Vigosportstalk here, host of Vigo Talks Knicks. In today's episode, we're going to talk about our game against the Boston Celtics. But for our special guest today, we have one of the biggest Celtics fans that I know personally. So first, I got to ask you, what do you think about that game and how the Celtics played?
Celtics played like complete garbage, if you want me to be honest. There was a lot of things that I was pointing out to myself. One of them was they just let up so many offensive rebounding. Obviously, coming into the game, no Luka Garza, so we were already a little short-staffed. Knicks had 21 offensive rebounds, which is nuts. And it's not even like the Celtics were giving up shots. Knicks weren't even making them, but they just kept getting offensive rebounds, and they were just getting killed. And Celtics could not score on the fast break. The fast break points was 15-2 for the Knicks, which, I mean, you're not gonna win a game.
Yeah, I was going to say the rebounding game definitely helped us a lot. I mean, Hart, he had 14 rebounds in 19 minutes. I know he scored 2 points, but he was a big impact for us for sure. I know how much rebounds we have offensively,
You guys had 21.
and I'm pretty sure we had around 50 something rebounds. So we had a bunch of defense rebounds too. So rebounding was definitely a key part. And I will say, in the beginning of the game, we were not shooting well at all. And even in the second half, we weren't getting anything in. And also in the second half, I was gonna say the turnovers were killing us. I mean, we cannot let that happen. Like I believe all in the second half, we had about 15 turnovers, and we were lucky enough that you guys didn't score. So we definitely got lucky there.
Yeah, I mean, OG, Hart, McBride, Cat, they weren't really shooting the ball well. Like you said, Hart had 2 points. I think OG was like 3 for 10. Cat had about 50 free throws. He just kept getting fouled. He looked like Shea out there, but I mean, second quarter really, like Celtics. Since I started watching them, like the one thing they do every single game, every single series is they just let their foot off the gas. First quarter, they're winning by like 10, and then it's like, oh, we're just gonna win this game. Knicks go 42 for 14 run or 42 to 14 run in the second quarter, and they go up 20. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. Celtics let their foot off the gas, and then it just all goes downhill.
Yeah, I will say especially those turnovers for you guys, it definitely helped us. I mean, I believe Jaylen Brown had around 7 turnovers, and it was just him from passing the ball. If I'm being honest, those were not good passes at all. Like he's just passing to the other team out of bounds. Like,
He looked like Alonzo Ball out there throwing it into the stands.
but he did score pretty well. I'm pretty sure he was the leading scorer for the game.
Yeah, he had 23. He had 7 turnovers, 5 fouls. So I mean, it's just like thing with him. It's this is his season to show that it's not just Tatum out there, and Tatum actually had this super team around him, and go out there 23 points, not really that many rebounds, assists. I don't know about steals and blocks, and then 7 turnovers, 5 fouls. 7 turnovers. I went to that Miami Heat Celtics game 7 where Tatum rolled his ankle, and Jaylen Brown had 7 turnovers that game too, and we lost by a lot. So I mean,
So my question for you is: do you think Jaylen Brown is the number one option for the team?
I think it's hard. Like Celtics aren't a one person team. Like they've pretty much always been like centered around like the five that are out there. Like there's teams like the Thunder where Shea is obviously gonna have the ball. He's gonna go look to score, and then they work around that. The Knicks have Brunson. Brunson's gonna have the ball. You know, there's problems last year with like Cat not getting as many touches, and they were worried about it, and they're like, oh, are they gonna split up already? Blah blah blah. The Bucks, you know, Giannis is gonna have the ball, and the Celtics, they're not a team like that. They're worried about the next pass, getting a good look. You know, they shoot so many threes. Joe Mazzulla's offense. So it's hard to say number one option, but I would have to say no. I think that White and Pritchard are definitely more ball dominant than Jalen. Jalen. Problem is like like last year's team and the year before that when they won the championship, it's like Tatum is so good at working off the dribble and with the ball in his hand, posting up, making plays out of it. Jalen doesn't have that. He's more of a he's gonna do these flashy crossovers and stuff, and if it doesn't work, then he picks up his dribble and turnover most likely. And if the fadeaway isn't working, then we're in for a long game. But it's just hard to say is there a number one because Celtics don't play like that. But I don't think he is. I think it's more of Derek White's, not Derek White's team, but I think he could score, he could pass, he could defend better. So I say Derek White might be number one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say Derek White's a better player than Jalen Brown, but he's definitely a better shooter. I don't know about maybe defender.
Derek White is just more well rounded than Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown is so good. Like I've watched Jalen Brown pretty much since he came into the league. Yeah, when he came into the league, I mean, watch him grow up. He's gotten better. He's good. He's all NBA. He's a Pro Bowl. He's an All Star. He won Finals MVP for a reason. Like I don't hate the guy, but I think Derek White is just so much more well rounded. Like he's gonna be able, like if they need a pass, he can make it and stuff. That it's just hard. Jalen is a ball dominant and like scorer. He's not much of a passer, so it's hard. Like especially with Tatum going down, it's hard because now they have a whole new team, and Jalen, I think, is gonna come to a point this season where he's gonna have like 9 or 10 assists. Mark that down right now. Place a bet.
Yeah.
Terry Rozier.
But I'm liking I'm liking our team so far. Even though we're 2 games in, I'm loving the rotation. Shout out to Tibbs again. I love Tibbs, but we all know at most he plays 7 or 8 guys in a rotation. And honestly, we have a bunch of good bench players. Even from last year, I love Tyler Kolek. I love him since college, and you can see he's not scoring that much. He's not getting that many minutes, but when he has the opportunity, he's going to score. And obviously, we got people like Jordan Clarkson. He's been a 6-man a year. He should get a lot more minutes. And we got Landry Shamet. He's not the best bench player, but I will say he's a player that's not afraid to shoot the ball. He'll shoot like if he had at least 20 minutes, he'll attempt like 5 threes maybe. He'll make a few. And we got people like Deuce McBride. Man, he got the start. He didn't shoot too well, but he's one of our best 3-point shooters. I will say that because I'll be honest myself. Jalen Brunson hasn't been that good that we usually see him. He hasn't been shooting the ball too well.
Yeah, he's not getting me too many fantasy points. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, Cat didn't. You're right. Cat didn't shoot that well. I mean, he had like I don't know how many free throws, but he was
13. I think he was like 10 for 13.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't lie. In that first quarter, he was shooting through crazy.
Yeah. It's like they were going to have the Knicks coming into this game. Knicks were going to have a mismatch at the big because lost Porzingis, lost Horford, lost Cornette because of the luxury tax and all that stuff. So it's like I expected Cat to be who they were going to focus on scoring. And I mean, he was like 3 for 11 maybe. He might have been better than that. I don't have the exact number. But he was being aggressive, and that's what was going to win them the game. Cat is someone that put his head down, go to the rim. 3 points.
Yeah. I will say, I'll look up his stats right now. Oh, he was 6 for 16. Yeah. And he made 4 threes out of 6 attempts. I mean, and one thing I will say is that he's got better at, and I was hoping he will get better at, is his foul problems, the dumbest fouls. That was the issue last year. Him fouling out games. He's gotten better at that. Obviously his defense needs to get better. I wish he can get more blocks. I mean, he's like 7 feet, so he should definitely like get 2 or 3 blocks. But Jalen Brunson, he was 10 for 20, 3 for 7. He shot 8 free throws, and he had 5 assists, 3 rebounds. he's still I feel like he's not playing that well because he has a new coach, Mike Brown. I'm not saying it's his fault, but obviously he's known to. I don't know if you know about the story, but he's known Tibbs basically like says he's been playing basketball because of his dad. So he's used to a Tibbs system. So it's going to take a while to get used to. But I think he's just getting started. He's still averaging about 22 points per game, and it's early into the season, so we'll see how he plays. And then Mikal Bridges, he's not. I mean, even last year he wasn't like scoring that much, but his defense is a big impact for us. You seen last year against the Celtics in the playoffs.
Okay.
Those first two games. I know you
Oh,
remember that.
okay. I mean, it's just like both of these teams. It's like Celtics have a whole new roster that they
Yeah.
have to figure things out. Knicks just have a new coach, and Mike Brown's a good coach. Like I watched a lot of Kings games when he was coaching there, and De'Aaron Fox was so good. Malik Monk's so good.
Sabonis.
Keanu Ellis so good, and those are all guards, and they worked in a system, especially with Sabonis, as you said, who is like a Jokic Sengun and can work out the post, play make and stuff. And that's what Cat can do. And we've seen Cat do that before. Cat makes his move, his he could pass, he could shoot. It's like Knicks are I have the Knicks as my one seed right now. Like Cavs really are unhealthy. It's like who else is in the East to really
mm,
stop them? The Magic, they haven't looked too great. But that's also like a whole new dynamic for them. They're also very young.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean the Pistons they've looked alright.
Pistons, Pistons, it's hard losing. They lost Schroeder, and they lost what's his name?
Tim
Malik
Hardaway.
and
All right.
Hardaway.
Yeah.
So it's like that's 3-year bench pieces that were huge in the playoffs gone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they added Duncan Robinson. Wait, the first game he did not play well, but
Duncan
in his
Robinson, I mean,
no,
what
his
year?
second game he did good. Second game, and
What
who
year?
else they got on the bench? They got he's played for the Cavs. Lavert. Did he play for the Cavs last year? Or was it the year before that?
No, he played for Cavs.
Yeah, no. I mean, was it last year or the year before though? I can't
Uh,
remember.
I think it was last year.
But yeah, 'cause I know he's a really good bench player, but I'm pretty sure they almost got the same bench. I'm pretty sure. I don't know who else they added. I can't remember, but the East is open with all the injuries, especially to Halliburton and the Pacers. And honestly, the Bucks are looking pretty good. I'll be honest. Even after losing Lillard, and they have a new starting five, they've looked pretty good. I'll give them that. And with all our players, I will say this: this might be a crazy take, but me personally, I think Cat is one of the best scorers as a big in NBA history. One of them. I'm not maybe in the top 10. You can't lie. Top 10 maybe.
Definitely. I mean, he's one of the best players. I mean, we've seen obviously probably I think he could get into the top 75.
Yeah.
I think
I
a
mean,
couple like a ring might have to play into that,
yeah.
but definitely one of the best shooting bigs of all
Shooting
time.
bigs.
Like
Yeah.
last night on the broadcast, they were talking about him being the best, and they're because
Yeah,
Dirk.
that was kind of crazy.
That's
Not I
kind of
don't think
crazy
he's the best.
because I feel like Dirk is definitely number one. And then
Yeah.
it gets interesting. You got people like Jokic. It's like if you count Durant as a big because he played power forward. I mean, Durant
Or
is
or
Durant.
Giannis.
Yeah, I mean Giannis isn't a great shooter, but it's like he can knock down some
Yeah.
timeless shots.
I mean, he averages like
Porzingis,
30 almost every season, so
Porzingis, a great shooter.
just can't stay
I mean,
healthy.
just can't stay healthy, and that's where Cat stands out. Is he's 5 out type of big where he could 3 level score, he could defend, and he's pretty much healthy as far as I know. Like I don't really remember when he was on Timberwolves missing too many games. So Cat is such a good addition for the Knicks compared to like their other ones. It's like, listen, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, great players. Like I would love to have them as Celtics, 3-and-D guys. But I mean, all those first round picks and stuff for Mikal was
Yeah, it was crazy. We'll say that, but we you brought back your Bryson's college teammate. We needed people on defense for sure, especially OG. OG's a good shooter. Obviously not last game, but in general, I think he's a good shooter. Ever since joining the Knicks, I think he's gone better at shooting threes. And honestly, he could be our second best 3 point shooter. I think.
Well, that's just working around someone that's gonna penetrate and then kick. It's like
Yeah,
that's something that Tatum that was so good for the Celtics is Tatum drove, kick, and then one more pass or whatever, and it's a three. And that's why they shot so many threes because they were getting great looks. And OG, like 2 years ago, I remember OG got hurt or whatever, and then like was limping, and then went shot a three and banged it. I think they were in MSG. MSG went crazy. It's just and last year against Celtics, he was killing them. Really,
yeah,
when Knicks needed a shot, bang. So I mean, Knicks got good pieces.
yeah. Especially on our bench got way better. In your opinion, what is our best bench player that we got currently, and what was the best addition in free agency?
Um, uh, your best bench player, I'd have to say is this is hard because like I could go Clarkson, Chris Clarkson. He could go and score. McBride if he's coming off the bench. I mean, I think McBride coming off the bench definitely the best. He's kind of like Pritchard or T.J. McConnell, great hustle guy, great energy guy. Come in, bang a couple threes, and just make winning plays. Besides that, I mean, Shamit was a Celtic killer when he was on the Nets and they played each other. He makes timely plays, he makes winning plays. The best addition, I mean, I'd have to say like when you look at what the team has, Yabusele, he's definitely a good addition because Knicks, have trouble with Mitchell Robinson. And having him, listen, I know he could shoot threes if he wants to, and he's gonna make them. And obviously, we saw that dunk on LeBron in the Olympics. So Yabusele, great addition. I think that helps with their issues at the big because like Mitch got hurt, then you only have like Cat, and then Cat's not that much of a center. I feel like he's more of a power forward than a center. And then like he gets in foul trouble, and then what do? You have what's the dude's name? Hakpuri.
Corey?
I mean, it's like Yabusele just adds another like when Mitch is out, Cat gets foul trouble, boom, there you go. Or they're both playing, one of them both getting foul trouble, boom, there you go. That's like I don't know. It's much better option I think than having Luca Garza as your backup guy because like I think Yabusele is just so he's been in the league way longer, obviously, and I think that he just is more well-rounded and he's smart. He's definitely smarter than like some of these other backup bigs.
Yeah, for sure. He hasn't scored that much, but he's obviously a really good backup big, especially with Mitchell Robinson. He's still injured. I don't know how he's still out. He looked fine to me. And honestly, I would love to keep Mitchell Robinson, but we do not have that much money, so we got to figure something out. Either trade somebody or he could take the discount. In order for him to stay, he's still a really good player, but we all know what he can't do is shoot them free throws.
Oh my goodness.
Don't even get me started with those air balls. I'm being so serious. I've genuinely never seen a bad air ball like he shot when he was going against the Celtics. I was in shock when I seen that, and especially at the games too. Whenever you make a free throw, people would literally cheer, get up out their seats, and just clap every time he made a free throw.
I mean, that just comes with playing for and in New York. It's like you're seeing it with Zach Wilson. You see it with some of these other guys. Is they're just not. It's not that they're not built for it, but it takes time, and you have
Yeah,
to be perfect, or people are gonna hate you. And I mean, he worked on it throughout that series. You saw it got better, and then they were fouling, and he was making them, and they you lose that element of the game plan, and you can't do that anymore when you need to stop the scoring, stop the run. So I mean, Mitch is so good. I think it's hard to like not keep him. But as Celtics problem and what some of these teams, it's win now situation or you're screwed. It's win now again for like the Thunder. They just paid all their players. Knicks paid a couple guys. It's like you guys got to win now, or you're gonna be in the same boat that Celtics are in. Obviously, you're not gonna have an injury to your star player. Like that's not promised, but you know, especially with that Mikal Bridges deal, it gets a little tougher. You gotta win. I think it's championship or bust these next 2 years for the
Yeah,
Knicks.
next 2 years. I love the extension for Bridges. I mean, when you give up 4 first-round picks for Bridges, obviously you're gonna have to keep him. You can't just let him walk. Like, you know what I mean? And honestly, he's on better, especially from last year when you always like change his shooting for him. Like, I don't know, like that first game against the Celtics. I don't know what that was, but he's definitely gotten better for sure. And honestly, it's either this year or next year we gotta win. And honestly, I feel like this might be our best year because obviously our biggest opponent we got to face if we go to the finals, if is the Thunder for sure. And with Tatum, you think Tatum might return this season, or they're gonna let him return like in the postseason? What do you think?
I think it depends on where the Celtics stand. If they're like a bottom team, I don't think he's gonna return. I think he's just gonna wait it out. But if they're like a play-in or like a bottom like playoff team, I think he'll return. Like I think he'll return March or April. If you want me to be honest, do I want him to return faster? Yeah, I want watch him play. That's my favorite player. I've grew up with him basically, like throughout like his career. Um, but I don't think he's gonna return really. I don't think the Celtics. I think it's gonna take the Celtics too long to like figure each other out, and by that time, all these other teams are gonna be way ahead in the standings.
Yeah, because to me he looks great, but obviously you don't want to rush it. And same with Halliburton, he's looking pretty good. It all comes down to if they're in the playoffs or not. Because if we're in the playoffs, I mean, I'm trying to think of like the biggest like teams we're gonna have to face in the playoffs. It's people besides like the Cavs, maybe the Pistons, maybe the Magic. I don't know. They haven't looked. Obviously, the season just started. They're not like the best team, but they're getting better day and day.
Thing with the Magic is like we played them last year, and it was very physical, and I think the Knicks are able to do that. OG a physical player, Hart physical player. Cat could play physical, even if he gets a little zesty. He could play physical. Brunson, you play physical on Brunson, boom foul, boom foul, boom foul. So many free throws. You could see the free throws right now if they match up. McBride, he could get dirty, not dirty, but he could get his hands dirty. Mitch obviously can too. My hot take is the Hawks. I think once they start to like round things up, like Dyson Daniels so good last year, Jalen Johnson so good last year, Ricochet is gonna have a nice year. Second year this year, I think. Porzingis, great addition. He's not gonna play back to backs, but I think him and Young could be such a good duo. And then you got those other guys. I think that's a team that could give the Knicks problems just because, there's going to be a night where Jalen Johnson's going to shoot 10 threes and make 8 of them, or Porzingis is going to have like a vintage game. And obviously, there's the bad blood between the two teams from Ice Tray and the Garden. You know, that was a great year for me, even though we got smoked. It was nice to see the despair in New York.
Okay. But yeah, I can imagine that the Knicks and the Celtics, New Yorkers gonna go crazy, and I mean, we better win that one. We better win
Well,
because we've seen it with the Pacers.
what?
Yeah, Trey Young. I mean, yeah, he's been a really good guard these last few years. Jalen Johnson, like you said, Ricochet. I mean, he was all right last year. I mean, for a number one overall pick, he definitely was the best player. And Dyson Daniels, he's a great defender, and obviously Porzingis. I even remember not in the playoffs, but when we would play the Celtics, I'm pretty sure there's a game where he shot like 7 threes, and when I promise you he was not missing, it was crazy. I remember he made one from like I don't know if you remember he made one from like literally like the logo, like the
I
New York logo. Shot
Towards
it.
the end of the season, it went into overtime or whatever. Tatum had the tying three. He did that long step back.
We
That
should have
game was
been out.
so crazy. Knicks, it's like Celtics should have won that game way earlier, but they let their foot off the gas. Then the Knicks, pretty sure they had a lead and they just lost it. It's like problem is, listen, NBA is just runs. I mean, teams could go on a 42-14 run, and the whole game changes. So,
Yeah, we seen it last year in the playoffs.
yeah,
Back back to back 20-point leads. I mean, those two games were probably one of the best playoff games as a Knicks fan that I've seen in the last couple of years. I mean, that game, saving block, that Mikal Bridges and OG, where OG went like, I mean, where Tatum went like that. That was a crazy moment. And then game one where Bridges just stole the ball from Brown. It was insane, insane. And honestly, I will say, you can't lie. Those first two games, I know a lot of people say, maybe if Tatum was playing, the Celtics would have won. I want your honest opinion. And just be honest, I don't care. If Tatum was healthy, would you have won the series?
Okay. I
Be
could
honest.
I could actually go deep into this. So I like it's different because I'm a Celtics fan. You're a Knicks fan, so you don't really like watch every single Celtics game. But every single Celtics game is basically those first two Knicks games where they're up, they lose the lead, and then they either win or they like it's either a close win or a close loss. And I think the Celtics just got too ahead of themselves, and it's like I feel like obviously there's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. Like Porzingis was basically done. He had the Pott's disease. Uh, Jalen had a lingering issue, but I mean, besides that, I just think that they kind of just like gave up. And I mean, I was in the building for Tatum 51 on Game 7. I was in the building for Tatum game winner versus the Nets. I was in the building for all these games where it's like I know who he is and I know how much like of a difference factor he is, an X factor, and I genuinely believe that they probably could have came back. I remember watching the Heat and the Celtics, they go down 3 games, doing the same thing they did the first 2 games against New York. And then they won the first game, or they won game 4, won game 5, won game 6, go to game 7. Tatum gets hurt the first play. Jalen turns into a bum. I mean, I honestly, it's biased aside and stuff. I honestly think that with Tatum, even though Celtics started to lose the lead in that game, he got hurt. Tatum was not missing that whole time. And I remember sitting in Buffalo Wild Wings, watching Tatum that night, Game 6 versus Philly, where he like had 3 points, and then scores 16 in the fourth quarter, like in 4 minutes. So I honestly think Celtics probably could have. I don't know if they would have, but I know there's a high, like 50% chance they could have came back.
Okay, I could take that. Like I remember game four. What, yeah, game was it game four? Yeah, game four. I believe we're up by maybe 8 or 10 points. And then obviously when Brown passed the ball and you know what happened with Tatum and OG stole the ball. I mean, I feel like that just changed the momentum of the game. There could have been a chance y'all could have came back. I'll be honest. I've seen chokes. Believe me, I'm a Knicks fan, so maybe you could have won that game. And then obviously the next game, I don't know how he lost. I mean, Derek White.
It was just like
I
oh,
feel we got
his
too
luck.
cocky.
That maybe, but I feel like that game was begging to happen after Tatum goes down. Like, oh, Tatum went down. Hauser checks in with the starting 5, with the other starting 4, and then they just couldn't come back. It's difficult, that situation, because, if Tatum doesn't just fall down, what if he chase down blocks OG? What if he fouls OG? And then that's another extra point. It's like we'll never know, and it's kind of sad that that's how that ended because that was such a good series,
Yeah, one
and
of the
it's
best for sure.
yeah, definitely one of the best I watched, even though they were losing. But
Yeah. All right. Before we end the video, we got to talk about What happened last game? You already know I'm about to ask you.
Oh my goodness.
Jaylen Brown against OG and Anunoby. His hairline on his jersey. You just see black on his jersey. Give me your thoughts about that. Because me personally, I didn't even realize what that was at first. I thought it was just something normal until I looked at replays all over social media. So I want to hear your opinion on it as a Celtics fan.
Um, Pre-game, he was doing some stretching with the band work. He's doing band work, and low key, his head was shining. And then I saw that after the game. I didn't even really notice it during the game. I saw it after the game, and then I looked back at the picture and of him pregame, and I'm like, so obvious. I'm like, you are one of the richest players in the league right now, or have one of the highest contracts ever, and you're spray painting your hair. Like, I don't know. It's something LeBron would do.
That's just hilarious. I mean, like I said, I didn't even like realize. I mean, I seen it. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it. What we're watching the game, but we didn't think nothing of it until like we seen the replays of it and on social media. That was honestly hilarious. I mean, you're right. How much did Jaylen Brown make? I'm pretty sure he makes like 50 something million per year.
I know. I think he signed like a $350 million contract, 5 years. So that's close to 70 million a year. I had to do it.
You
Had
good,
to,
bro?
had to be in the ball.
I mean, if you think about it, if Brown was a true player, he would take a $100 million discount to stay with Boston, just like this guy right here, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but then which way? This way. But then stuff like this happens.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Hey, man. So we'll come back to this. If we win the finals, we'll come back to this. I'm a clip this, and if we win,
hold
we'll
on.
come back.
If everyone wants to talk about Celtics hospital ring. If Knicks win the finals this year, unless it's some crazy thing versus the Thunder and they like amaze me, bro. No Halliburton, no Dame, no Tatum. Kyrie's out, so you don't even know how Dallas is gonna be. Fred VanVleet out, so you don't get Houston all the way. So I mean, but Knicks definitely have a great chance because of all that. So I don't want to downplay the Knicks, even with all those guys, as we saw last year. One game away from the finals.
Yeah, we could have easily won last year, and I know you can do that.
Come on, man, Halliburton, that's my guy.
Hate him. I honestly think if OG or I forgot it was OG or Cat, if they could have made at least one free throw, we could have won that game. Because if we hadn't missed a free throw, we would have had the lead. Because obviously we know Halliburton pulled a Kevin Durant foot on the line. So just imagine that. Just imagine that.
Don't worry, but I know who's coming.
Not Tatum.
Vigo Gonzalez is coming. Beware. Be afraid, Jalen Brunson. Hugo Gonzalez is coming. And he's about to be 3 times better than Marcus.
That's a crazy take. I mean, he dropped 30 against him, so he was a good defender. Okay. I'll give you that. He was a good defender. I'm pretty sure that was his first game that he played. He's a young player. He's getting better and better, so we'll see. Better than Marcus Smart, though. I don't know. Even as a Knicks fan, I love Marcus Smart. Even on Lakers, I don't know if he's playing that good, but I always have love for Marcus Smart.
It's not like stats. It's more of like the plays that are not in the box score.
Yeah, true. All right, that's all I got to say for the pod. So, what do you think? Knicks versus who in the finals? Besides OKC. If you had to guess.
I don't even got the Knicks in the finals.
Okay, what about in the playoffs?
Playoffs, I think no. If
First,
the Knicks,
second, third.
I think they'll get third. I think the East Conference Finals is gonna be like. I honestly think the Bucks are gonna be the East champs. If you want me to be honest, I think it's gonna be Bucks versus Thunder. Thunder are gonna win, and I think Knicks definitely East Conference Finals, and I honestly think the Warriors are gonna be in the Western Conference Finals. So that's the last 4 teams.
Okay.
Here to hear first.
Bucks are kind of a crazy take. I mean, Giannis and Miles Turner. And then they have no guards. I mean, they have guards, but respectfully, they're bench players at best. Kevin
Trey
Porter
Young gonna
Jr.
get traded there. Trust. Kyle Kuzma.
Oh no, Kyle Kuzma. We'll never know. All right. Thank you for being the pod. We play the Heat tomorrow, so I'll stay in tune for that. This is Vigo Sports Talk, host of Vigo Talks Knicks, and I'll see you next episode. Peace. Go Knicks, baby.